Hello, welcome. Just setting up still here. Hello, Canada. What part of Canada? I'm a mess right now. Okay. Today I'm going to do a limited color palette. Oh, nice. I'm from Brooklyn. I decided to do these three colors. I just mixed them earlier. I did one the other day. I thought it was kind of an interesting project, and I'm going to be teaching some art soon. So I thought this might be a good practice thing for me to try to teach this. I have this cow here, just a basic cow, pretty much the first thing that comes up on Google when you search cow. And I'm going to use these three colors here to try to paint that. And with white, of course, too. I usually use white as a base, and I guess red technically because my canvas is red, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Usually I start with like a sketch with paint, super loose and just like a sketch really. So when I'm doing this like white under painting, this is how I start most of my paintings. I just kind of do it as like a sketch. Kind of gives me the bare bones of what I'll be working on. Things will definitely shift around. It's just kind of, it's so thin that like I can go over it super easily. It's not gonna stick out. I mean, try to keep your layers as thin as possible. Kind of, it's dry brush, sort of, a little bit wetter than dry brush. So. Also try to keep your brush strokes in line with three-dimensional shapes and stuff. Just the way that the light is hitting it, the fur direction. It's not a cat, it's a cow. It will be a cow. I'm only using blue, this kind of like peach color, and this green color, and white. So we'll see how it goes. I actually didn't even think of that, but I got burgers for dinner tonight now. I'm having second thoughts. It's kind of the same thing with the white sketchiness. I still like to kind of shape out areas with these underpainting. I wish I could kind of show this at the same time. Let's see. I can't really do it. But like dark around the sides, and then the white is highlight, but here I kind of keep the red there as a highlight. Although this is a dairy cow, so I wouldn't be eating this type of cow, I guess, anyway. Hello. Can you tell it's a cow so far? So I'm hoping I can keep doing these lives. I think I'm going to do them mostly on Sundays probably, because I think over the summer I'm going to be working on Saturdays. So probably won't be able to do it then. But I think as of right now, I don't have anything scheduled on Sundays. So I'll try to do this every week on Sunday. I think I'm realizing for these lives, I kind of want to do some of these smaller, quicker paintings, stuff that I can actually get finished like in a single session, instead of stuff that I have to keep coming back to. Yeah. Now this is part of my job, really, doing art, because now I'm teaching art. So anytime I make it, it counts as job practice. This stage, I'm still sort of like blocking in the main colors here, background. Yeah, it's not easy to make money as an artist. I've been doing it professionally for like 15 years at least. I've done the most things I've made money off of basically are graphic design type jobs when it comes to art. But until I found this job, which is just teaching art, but I had to get to the level of art to be able to teach it first. So that was a lot of years of work and not really any money coming from that. But I mean, I've always made art. It's just for fun, even if I don't make money on it. But it's great to make money on it when you can. I think the best thing is to be like really versatile and stuff. Like try to learn as many different art forms as you can, because you never know what kind of random stuff you can find. Like I've done like window paintings for like businesses and murals, logo design, portraits. Like there's a ton of different things you can do. This place that I'm teaching at didn't require, I don't have a teaching degree. It's a not credited school. It's just like a studio basically. So luckily I didn't have to do any of that. Yeah, you're probably not going to make money off murals, unfortunately, unless you start to get well known. And they're not easy. They're usually you need help, at least one other person to help you, depending on how big it is. I just mean like things like you never know who might hire you. You know, like randomly, like the stuff I've done around here is I painted a hardware store's windows for Christmas. Like people randomly will reach out and just ask if you can do certain things. So it's a little bit about being in the community of where you live, kind of getting to know the people and kind of building a art community. Actually did a mural for my friends. She worked at this like kids school, kids who had like traumatic brain injuries, and it was just like a special kids school. And I did a big mural on the wall when you like come into the school, and the place was haunted. There was a ghost there, and I don't usually believe in that kind of stuff, but I'm pretty sure I saw a ghost when I was there. I kept running away when I got scared. I would like go outside. All the staff knew about her, the ghost, and they all had stories about her. My God, my cat is like banging on my door right now. I locked him out. Yeah, I don't know. I swear I saw something. I basically saw they had like these cameras, these like videos of the school behind the desk, like security desk, and I was painting like right near the security desk, and I like went behind the desk for something, and I looked at the cameras, and I saw somebody walk by, and she was like wearing like a long dress and had like black hair, and my friend was wearing like shorts that day, like no one was dressed like that, and it was like really quick, but that was all I saw, and then I was like, I like ran outside. trying to decide. I want to teach some acrylic classes. Right now they're having me teach like watercolors, which I think it's just because nobody else wants to teach watercolors. Um, which I do like them, but it's not really my favorite medium. I would like to do acrylic. I think my problem is I'm not really like a watercolor purist. I always mix my watercolors with like gouache or acrylic even, or ink. So I just have a harder time kind of doing just watercolor. My cat is like desperately trying to get into this room right now. Yeah, markers is good too. I guess I could do that. I think we have watercolor pencils there. I haven't really used those in a while, but they're pretty easy to use. Yeah, I have like 2 decades or longer worth of art supplies that I just hoard everywhere. Um, it's my, I just don't have enough room in my studio to even fit it. So I've only really done acrylic on here, but I really do pretty much every medium. I gotta get back into some other stuff. I think now that I'm working at this art studio, I think it'll be a lot easier for me to kind of try different things and new things. I literally have 3 desks in this room. What I really want is a drafting table, because that would be a lot easier to do stuff like watercolors, because it's like inclined without, and because otherwise when you sit flat it's kind of hard to get the proportions right. Yeah, my desks are like a nightmare. I actually did just clean off one of them the other day, but one has like, I do like resin stuff, so it has like resin and candle wax. I make candles and stuff too all over that one. This is my painting desk. And then the other one is this giant one that we actually found on the sidewalk. And it was like the hardest thing to ever get into my apartment. And now it's just here. It's like 800 pounds. And it's kind of useless, but it's just a storage space now. We my we had to like bring this table in, this desk. I had to call my neighbor because I couldn't get it up, like literally in the middle of trying moving it, because it was like we were stuck in the hallway. I think this one that I'm using right now is just like some crappy IKEA desk, so I don't care about getting this one messy. pretty much resigned myself to everything I own just having paint on it all the time, because now I'm going to be working with kids in paint, so I'm just never going to have nice things. This cow kind of looks like me. Yeah, my parents got used to that very easily. I used to paint. I have murals all over my walls when I was a kid. I did like a whole Alice in Wonderland mural from the original illustrations. I did like I started a Nightmare Before Christmas one, but I never finished it. And I did like the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album cover, Elton John album cover on my wall. I started doing this limited color palette thing because you know those videos of people like just mixing the colors and stirring it and like naming it weird things. I was like, I kind of want to make a video like that, but then I was like, I don't want to waste the paint that I just made, so I was like, I'll just do a painting. So now I'll start doing that. Yeah, I don't like to waste my paint. Usually I use my this palette, which stays wet in there for several days, so I never waste paint. This one, these I mixed, but I'll put these, if I don't use all of this, I'm gonna store it. I'm too broke to be throwing away paint. Getting there. I am going to be teaching an adult class this summer, my first adult class, which I'm a little nervous about, but because kids are just easier, I think. But it's actually cool because it's an outdoor class, and I get to take them anywhere. Well, not anywhere, but within distance of my job. And I work in a really cool area of Brooklyn, very pretty area, so that should be pretty fun. By the way, if anybody lives in Brooklyn, feel free to reach out. I'm gonna be having other types of classes in the future. Probably this summer is there's like a big kids camp thing, so this summer might be a little busy. But the fall, I'm hoping at some point I can teach my own or write my own syllabus for a class or two, and I want to do some kind of probably surrealism or something. So if you live in the area and you want to take a class, just keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm actually almost done probably. So I kind of want to do these little shorts for the lives. It feels a little more complete. Can actually get it done in one sitting. Well, also one thing I want to try to, as I get further into teaching, I want to take what I'm teaching and put it here on YouTube as well. Like little tutorial classic things or my lives or something like that. We'll see. I'm not quite sure what age group I'll be working with the most. I kind of would like to teach slightly older people, just, I don't know, just based on my skill level. It's a little hard for me to teach really beginners because I don't know how. But I can pretty much teach whatever I want as far as I know once I get to that point. I think basically if like people request a class, there's enough people who want to take it, they'll can really do anything. But yeah, now most of my free time I'm going to be spending thinking about projects to do for my class projects, which now I'm understanding why teachers have so much extra work to do. There's also like, I don't know if you know, in New York City there's these high schools where kids can, you basically apply to different high schools, and there's like art high schools, there's fashion high schools, there's all these different types of schools, specialized high schools, and you have to submit like a portfolio, and you have to like get into it like you would a college, basically, but it's high school. So I'm also like helping kids with their portfolio prep for that kind of stuff. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, classes are weird. I mean, I guess it depends on where you live. Like, you just gotta find the ones that are right for you, your skill level. Yeah, I'm like super jealous of the kids that grew up in New York. But they are super competitive too, which is scary as a kid. This kid is in like, she's like 7th grade, the girl I'm teaching. I'm like, you're like a baby going into high school, what the hell? Yeah, public school isn't fun. I grew up in a pretty small town, so actually my graduating class was like 90 kids, so pretty small group. And then I moved to New York City. Actually, this is my 20th anniversary in New York. Moved here in 2005. See how long it takes to do shit in life? And I still don't know what I'm doing, so you guys will be fine. There were people talking about 9/11 at work the other day, and I'm like, I was 14 when 9/11 happened. I was in, I forget which, I was in social studies, I think. It's really weird when that one day you're just like the old person that you talk about. Someday it'll be you. See, I've only done, it's about 30 minutes. Pretty quick. Oh God, yeah, taxes. It's the worst. I do canvas sometimes, but I just prefer the wood. I just like the texture. But if it's all I have, then I'll definitely use canvas. I think I just kind of like, sometimes I really like smash my brush, and I like that the wood doesn't have any give, unlike the canvas where I'll like push in. Because I blend my paint on the canvas, which some teachers will tell you not to do that kind of thing, but that's just not my style. I always leave these areas that I have problems with till the end though, like this area right here I've been avoiding. I would love to work really large. That's something like I'm desperate to do. I just A, don't have the money for it, and B, don't have space for it. But again, I am just started working at the studio, so that might be something in the future. I can finally do some larger pieces. Hopefully, I'd love to do that. And paint is expensive. All that stuff combined gets very expensive. So sticking to smaller stuff is just cheaper right now. I do have to do a lot of practice doing life drawing stuff because it's kind of been a while since I've actually done drawing from life. And these classes I have to teach, some of them I have to go outside and like teach perspective and stuff, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to brush up on some of that stuff. But actually, I'm gonna go there tomorrow. I think I might do some practice by the park. Probably take some videos or something over there while I'm out. Oh, that's cool. Our teacher assistant. That's sounds pretty doable. It's kind of what I was looking for when I found this current job. I just was like, I literally like Google searched studios in my area until I like was just like emailing all these random places like, are you hiring? Name a color. Was this name a woman? Um, Heliotrope. Chartreuse. Favorite paint? Well, I use Liquitex Basics mostly, just because of price mostly. But my favorite paints are usually these Goldens. But I use these mostly as like layering, or like glaze. That's the word I'm looking for. I have a ton of different colors for that. So usually, like, if I were doing a different type of painting, I would definitely use these. But right now, I'm just doing this quick one. But those are kind of expensive paints, but they last a long time. You kind of have to buy them like one at a time and buy them over time because they can get super expensive. Chartreuse. Actually, this is my water bottle. It's the same color. Chartreuse. Yeah, I would like to use the golden like regular acrylics, but again, I've just been broke as hell. But hopefully, someday, soon. When it comes to like gouache and stuff, I like Winsor Newton usually, or I can't even remember. Is it Da Vinci maybe or something? Yeah, they're crazy expensive. Even these little ones are like at least $10. Most colors are like between 8 and like 15, I would say. But they really do last a long time. I'll have a color for like a year or so. Cost wise, it's actually ends up being not that bad. Some colors I use way more than others, of course. I think I'm almost done here. What do you think about this like length of a live if I end here soon? Like, do you think this is like good weekly? Should I try to do something longer? Yeah, I want to work. I'm gonna finish that fish one that I've been working on, which I'm gonna try to do it live. The problem is sometimes with my paintings, I kind of go back and forth with them, and if let them sit for too long, I kind of like start to lose interest in finishing them. So I that's why I like doing something all in one go is a lot better for me because I can just get it over with. But I'm still just trying out different things. We can see what works. You guys can let me know what you want to see, and then again, like think about tutorial stuff because I'm going to be teaching some stuff this summer, and I might want some ideas or help thinking of what you might want to learn because I'm going to be teaching you guys as well. Hopefully, I'll have some more kind of teen classes, so I'm not doing like really young kid stuff. It's kind of boring. The little kid stuff is a little boring, so it's adorable, but it's I had this kid telling me about caterpillars that like store their poop and then like it like rains down on. I don't even. Kids are hilarious though. All right, I think that's it for my cow. Let's see, 40 minutes, it's not bad. Submit. Maybe I'll do something with these paintings too. If I do a bunch of these weird little animal ones, see what maybe I'll like do some kind of raffle or something. I did go to college. I went to FIT in New York, but I dropped out twice, and then just been making art for my whole life. So it's kind of a mixture, I would say, of self-taught and school. Just gonna fix that here. Okay. Done. All right, guys. This is it for now. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Here we go. His eye's a little messed up, but whatever. I might go back and fix it. Pratt's a great school too. I actually live kind of close to Pratt. You know, the only reason I really went to FIT actually is because I'm from New York and it's a state school, so it was cheaper for me to go to there. It's a SUNY school. All right, guys, I gotta go make some dinner because I'm hungry now. But thanks for watching. I will be back next Sunday. I'll probably post again before Sunday. So, yeah, have a good night. Have a good holiday weekend. Bye, guys.